All right, everyone. This is Kenneth Price on Sunday, July 2nd. And this must be our 150th Zoom call. I don't know how many Zoom calls. I lost track a whole long time ago. 4-hour ministry, psychiatricsobriety.com. And Jody Michelle's on board, and she just explained how this ministry works. We laugh, we cry, we rage, we repeat. We laugh, cry, rage, repeat. Because we're all waking up out of a very complicated dream, and our egos don't like that we're waking up. So we're all going through tremendous ego backlash, which all the psychiatrists told us was mental illness, which wasn't true in the first place. They put us on a whole bunch of pills, which didn't work and made us even sicker. That's the synopsis of this ministry. That's the problem. We don't spend, we spend this much on the problem, and the rest of this time we spend on the solution. What is the solution? Oh, God, that's why it's taken about 150 Zoom calls, because we just got to live in the solution, folks. We got to unbelieve all these mental illness diagnoses that, we allowed ourselves and we've got to get to work. We've got to do the footwork. We've got to, become practitioners of whatever spiritual path you've chosen. Most of us here have chosen the Course in Miracles, so most of us are Course in Miracles practitioners. I am a Course in Miracles practitioner. I was once upon a time a very sick man. I was in psychiatry, and I was a complete atheist, and I was on mountains and mountains and mountains of pills. And the pills made me very, very sick. I guess you would say sick spiritually. I was out of touch, folks. I was so numb to my own soul that I call that sick. That's my definition of illness, is when I'm numb to my own soul. But anyway, that's my story in a nutshell. Out of all that came this beautiful, amazing ministry where I get to be besties with Jody and Troy and Gemma and Beloved. And so I don't have any regrets. Nothing went wrong. And as they say in the whole Course in Miracles, the Holy Spirit uses everything that the ego made. Okay, so anyway, because I'm using words like psychiatry, and because I'm using words like pharmacology, I have to include a disclaimer, a very powerful disclaimer every time I start the Zoom call. We are not telling anybody to exit psychiatry. We are not telling anybody they need to get off their meds. That's very important for harm reduction purpose, because if somebody misunderstands this message, they may think, oh, I can get off all my meds. And that is nothing we want to discuss here, because you discuss that with your doctor. What we discuss here are the spiritual solutions that we are using and have used, so that we can unbelieve our mental illnesses, so that we were no longer a vibrational match for psychiatric pharmacology. And we all experienced I guess you can call it a spiritual awakening. So every time I start one of these Zoom calls, I say the healer's prayer, because I don't want to teach. I want to extend, and I want to share, and I want to be used by Spirit. The words that I put forth have to come from Spirit. So the healer's prayer goes like this. We are here only to be truly helpful, and we are here to represent him or her who sent us. We do not have to worry about what to say or what to do, because he or she who sent us will direct us. We are content to be wherever he or she wishes, knowing that he or she goes there with us. And we will be healed as we let him or her show us how to heal. There, it's a ministry, folks. We're not we're not religious, but we're not secular. We are, I don't know what we are. Maybe Jody or Troy or Gemma can answer, or Beloved can answer what we are, or maybe who we are, because that's what I got to say. This whole ministry started about a year and 9 months ago, when I said, who you are cannot be damaged. Poof, all of a sudden the ministry came out of that. So, who are we? We're certainly not the dream characters who have all these mental illnesses. Anybody want to touch on that?
I'll go. I'll go, because when I first heard that, I was so upset at you. I was so upset at that message, because I thought that I had been damaged, right? And then I went on to heal myself, and I spent a long time in that story. And now I think I've been coming here for around a year, just under a year, just over a year. And the Course in Miracles has come into my world and flipped everything upside down again. And it's just like, wow, holy fuck, that was just a story too. And so now I'm waking up again. I woke up for the first time 13 years ago, strapped to a hospital bed. And so who am I? I am the one who continues to wake up. Deeper and deeper, I am the one who continues to wake up.
Rage, cry, laugh, repeat. Rage, cry, laugh, repeat. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's been my...
People get pissed off at me. They say, no, we get to the laughter part. And I say, sorry, you don't get your cake and eat it too. There's 2 other components. The Course in Miracles says there's 6 stages to a waking up, and 4 of them are dark. Now, dark is not bad. Well, maybe it doesn't have to be bad or scary if we do it together. Let's try and unbelieve the dark together. I'm glad it's a sound booth, because I can get rather loud when I do these calls. But I've been through so much suffering, and I got to the other side, and I realized this wasn't necessary. Painful, yes, but suffering? No, I didn't suffer. I could have pain. I could have had joy the whole time while I was in bed, but no, I had to suffer. As soon as Beloved unmutes, we're gonna get another earful, because I know she's gonna pick up on that. I got Troy to left. Troy's got a beautiful smile. There she goes. Like she's heading for the mute button. No, you don't want to unmute yourself?
Greetings, everyone. No, I love this. Hey, everyone. Hey, Troy. What's up? What's your story? Why are you here? No. Just watching Calico before I joined, and I mean, wow, wasn't she a presence, right? I mean, nothing like focusing your attention. Nothing like putting a fire under your ass.
I actually join Calico every week on Wednesday. She's good.
I see you there. I do see you there. Yeah.
But here's what I love about Calico. Is she gives us her own personal testimony. Remember, she said, oh, there was a woman here at the spiritual community, and here's how I reacted, and here's how I responded, and here's what I did. Now that's what I want to hear. I want to hear when I went to make that graphic, I said Course in Miracles teacher, and she emailed right back, and she goes, no, Course in Miracles practitioner. There. Because she shares with us how she's doing it now. And that's because she's not my teacher. She's my mighty companion. Yes, thank you, Calico. Now you have my full attention.
Yeah, and in case you don't know, me, Kenneth, and Calico were in the same community for a minute. I mean, Calico lives there, but I thought I was going to be there forever. But Kenneth was just visiting with his uncle when I met Kenneth. So yeah, I had a chance to live in the community with Calico. So that was, but I had been there and got the t-shirt. I was a member of a cult. It started out as a community too, but after 11 or so years, it went totally to cult status, and the leader is in jail for 135 years. And, not to reflect on him, but the point is we are co-creating this stuff. We all got to take our piece of this shit that we're co-creating. We got to take responsibility. And I loved her message about that. It wasn't the fucking dryer. It wasn't a fucking bitch woman singing loudly. It was turn that shit around, right? Turn it around. Turn it around. And now I was listening to her about the miracle community. Y'all would sound like my cult that I was in. That sounded like the cult that I was in. David's community that she said she was in before Namaste. You're looking like you don't know what I'm talking about, but you know what I'm talking about, right? There's another community in Mexico. He ain't saying nothing. So this is somebody, but she's talking about her experience there. And I'm like, that surely sounds like what I went through in this cult but whatever. what I do want to say is everything is lessons we would learn, isn't it? Everything is for lessons we would learn. Everything is for lessons we would learn. You know, when I got diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and my coach, I have a coach, a coach, we'll call it therapist. I don't care. She's a Course in Miracles practitioner, so she's coaching me, and she said, I mean, we finally got to this point where, oh my God, you know, my behavior was explained by a diagnosis. And the diagnosis explained my behavior. Like, what kind of fucking shit is that? That doesn't explain anything. You just given it a label. And but it was a lesson I would learn, right? My manic episode, if you will, no one ever talked about it. They just gave me pills and said, take this. This is what happened. And blah, 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 blah. He didn't talk to me, blah, blah, blah. My life, why I got, you know, we're all here because we were confused. And some of us just, you know, when I came to Course in Miracles, I was on the bathroom floor just wanting to die. And I'm not that type of person. I'm very, yeah, I ain't gonna touch nothing nasty. But I was on the bathroom floor next to the toilet. So, I mean, we all get to the point, like Calico says, or no, I'm thinking Keith Kavanaugh says this. You know, by the time you get to Course in Miracles, you've been hopeless. Helpless, hopeless. And I don't know if you saw this movie, Bobby Joe, Under the Influence, that I posted. Beautiful. I mean, she was under a fucking railroad car. She was an it. She became an it. But nothing can extinguish who we really are. It's a beautiful thing. We try all kinds of shit. Okay, I'm bipolar. Now I got a crutch. Now I can, instead of dealing with it and my behaviors that they said, you know, or even exploring it. Oh, just peel it away. Just, you know, no, we're all here to deal with whatever it's lessons we would learn. And these are the lessons we would learn to wake up. You know, and I think that is what we're all here for. And I can't say enough about this. You know, I didn't know anything about 12 steps or anything. I've never been in any kind of part of that. But boy, I love it. I love how we are all mighty companions and we're here to be there for each other. And we're only, that's how we're going to get awake. That's how we're going to awaken, is by each other here. And I love that. I love you guys. Thank you.
We love you too, sweetie. Sweetie number 2. Well, I got the sweetie number 1. I'm not going to put any categories. How are you doing, Gemma? I saw what's going on. I hope those tears of joy, but if they're tears of sadness, we're here to love you through that too.
I don't even want to put a label on it. I was just connecting with what beloved Raina had said. I just feel a connection. I don't know what it's about. I know you felt a connection with me as well when you first heard my story, beloved, as well. Like, so there's something there. I don't know what, but as you were speaking and you said about like lying on the floor, it just made me cry, you know, and I don't think that's a bad thing. You know, I think when we stop feeling for each other, we can't heal. So I guess part of my mission is it's not even a mission, it's just, I'm just here to be myself. And it's like, I don't want to skip any step towards meeting my beloved, as in like each other. We are all each other's beloveds. Like, I don't want to miss any step because I want to be there with you. Does that make sense? Like, I want to see you in your tears, in your joy, in your sadness, in your pain, because I love you. Like, that's how I feel in that moment, is like, I don't want to miss a step. I want to be there every single step of the way, like in that love. I feel like I'm talking really almost as if, I don't know, something. I don't know why I'm saying it. I'm thinking if anyone's watching this, it's like, what is she going on about? She's hi Kathy. Thanks for laughing.
Oh, sorry. I didn't even know
No,
my mic
it's
was on.
beautiful. I'm so grateful to you, Kathy, and thank you for coming along.
Oh,
And I've joined with you recently, and that's amazing, and thank you. Like, I'm really grateful for you right now. So I just want to express my gratitude to you as well. Have I got anything else to say? I just want to move through. I've been dealing with feelings of disappointment, and I recognized that I'm there a lot. I can get disappointed in people, in situations, in financial situations, things like that. Wanting more from life, wanting more. And I don't feel it's from a place of greed. I don't think it's like, I couldn't care less about it, really. What I care about is connection. So what I feel happens is, like, I'll just give you an example of us selling some books yesterday, but a lot of the time people were saying, yeah, I'm really interested, I'm going to come back later. And they never did. And what disappoints me is the fact that there's answers in those books. There's answers in the cards. There's answers in the songs. Sometimes some of them came to watch me sing, and then it was a bit late, so a lot of people just left. And I don't blame anyone for that. I'm just disappointed because I want to feel that connection that you feel when somebody reads your book and they go, oh my God, I relate to that. I was in hospital. I was on the floor. I was crying my eyes out. I was praying for something more. And even if it's not my story that heals them, if it's somebody else's story, if it's people coming along to this and they hear something and it's resonated with them. And I suppose for me, it's not, I don't actually, it's a coming from a place of, I want to witness the forgiven world. I want to see us being real with each other, connecting with each other, going through the heart. I want to stand in the fire with me, is what I'm saying. Like, I told someone this, that, that guy who hurt me, and I shared it the other day. I said to him, stand in the fucking fire, like, brave, be courageous, be truthful. Don't just try to dip. I'm fed up of people who are like, no, I'll not say that, because I want to forgive. How do I forgive these people? Lovely people, amazing people, my friends, people I love, but beloveds. How do I forgive the people that can't make it through the door? Does that make any sense? So they knock on the door, they're like, I wanna see what's going on there. I wanna come along to the workshop, to the gig, to the book. I wanna see what's going on there. But they're not able to. For whatever reason, they had to go home, they had to leave, they didn't have the money, they didn't want to, or whatever reason. How do I forgive and just keep going? Because it's hard. It's hard to, I want to be able to keep going. I don't want to give up. I don't want to stop. I don't want to hide. I don't want to hide away myself. But when I feel disappointed, I just want to hide away. So I'm not expecting you to answer my question, but if anyone does have any thoughts on that, of how to stay shining bright, because the main card that was coming out when I was giving readings was shine your radiance. I have these cards I've written myself, and I've worked with the designer, so that's what I was selling, or sharing. I was doing the card readings, giving lots for free, and then I just wanted something back. Do you understand what I mean? But at the same time, I got something back in the experience. I got something back in the joy. But then this block of disappointment comes up and I can't feel happy anymore.
Were you on the call earlier when we first started, when Jody explained how this ministry works? She explained to us there are only 3 steps. Mm-hmm. Rage, cry, laugh, repeat. We just started busting up laughing.
Yeah, I've done a lot of that.
Just waking up. And I'm this is what you said, Gemma. You said Jody's holding up her hand.
Go ahead. Go.
Jody,
go.
What was
you go?
Oh, you want me to go?
You go. Okay.
All right. So, what you said, Gemma, is you want to be the one who could hold space while someone's in the fire, and it's so simple, We're just not afraid. Love is just the opposite of fear. So when someone's in the fire, we can be with them. We're all going to go through a fire. I always said when I was going through my fire, I'm going to go through this. I just don't go through it alone. And I think Jesus said that in the Garden of Gethsemane. He said, I'll go through this, but you guys, can you at least not fall asleep on me? So yeah. We're in good company.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. If we don't have a human, we can get a puppy dog, which Beloved's holding up, which would probably be a better. Never mind. But no, here was what I want to get to. Kathy, how did you like Calico? And I want to get your input, because that woman is packing a punch. Where I don't know. How'd you like her? With us, Kathy.
Coming. Where's my camera? Oh, sorry. There. Okay. Hi.
Morning.
So happy to be here.
Hi.
I have my camera off because I feel like a bush lady. I'm in the bush.
You were glowing last Sunday, and to see you connected with Calico, you were absolutely glowing.
Well, I left home, which feels really good to be out of that. I'm in a whole new, different, stressful environment with tons of bugs because I'm right in the woods. No refuge from the bugs or the heat. So it's good. It's good for my soul. But I just wanted to say something about disappointment, because yesterday I had a chance to go into town. It was Canada Day, so there's all these festivities. I was so happy to get out of here, to go into like a civilized area with no bugs. And then the person I was with, who's my coworker and roommate, decided to just go back. She wanted to go back to the trailer. Like, we had all these plans to have dinner and watch the fireworks, whatever. And then she saw someone who was driving back up and she said, I gotta go, I'm leaving, bye. And just left me there with no phone, had no way of contacting anybody to get back up here. I was so more than disappointed. I was angry. And so angry. It was really bothering me. And I started feeling like depression coming. It was so crazy. And then I just thought, okay, I've been listening a lot to Matt Kahn. I don't know if you know him, but he's all about empathetic feelings and feelings. So I remembered, okay, what's going on? What do you need? It's okay. I'm back, And he says like radical stuff like, it is such an honor and privilege to be here with you right now. So I was saying all these things, and then I got to my feelings and I was able to comfort. So I went into empathy, and then I sympathized with what was going on. And then I found friends. I ended up finding an Elvis impersonator that was entertaining the whole community. He let me go on his boat and help entertain the people. I sang "O Canada." And then I met a beautiful countryman who brought me home after the fireworks. So, yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to say that about disappointment.
beautiful thing, Kathy, is that you came in this ministry and you were willing to be authentic when, when you were hurting, when you were frightened, and now when you're glowing. That's all I wanted from this, is so we could all just go. I'll just put this as the title for the Zoom call. We'll just go through it together. Nothing's ever going wrong. Maybe some people who think that, we shouldn't have darkness. Oh, that's wrong. No, I'm afraid we're multidimensional people, beings having a spiritual experience, or spiritual beings having a human experience.
Sorry.
No, please. No, go. I don't want to talk this whole time.
The only way out is through. The only way out
Thank
is
you.
through. And
Thank
the only
you.
way through is together. Something like that.
Oh wait, that's
so nice
a better
to see
title.
you all.
Repeat that so I can have the title for the Zoom call. How did you say that?
The only way out is through, and the only way through is together. I could say I don't know if it's exact, but I have
close enough.
I could send you.
I used to tell my
wow,
I'm a mind body fitness teacher, and I used to say, go within or go without.
That's a good title too, but I like Kathy's better.
It's okay.
We'll do that for next week.
I like that, Kathy, that journey, right? Everything is lessons we would learn. What lesson did you learn through that, would you say? Through that experience, from disappointment to...
And to take a few seconds to just check in with myself. Because when she left me there stranded, I was so afraid. But it went straight to anger, because I was in a foreign place, didn't know anybody. And then I just got a reminder to go within. Shut up. Go within. Soften, go back to love. Yeah.
Gemma did a show with somebody who did that, right, Gemma? A woman who showed you to take that 5 seconds or something, right? You had a show with somebody who, and her whole thing was take a pause. Was it take a pause?
Power of the pause. Yeah, I shared it on the group. Yeah, power of the pause.
The power of the pause.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a reactive boy. I'm like a damn sparkler, a fireworks, what the fuck, and the power of that pause. Thank you. Yeah. To even check in and see, oh, I'm angry, I'm scared, I'm blah, blah, just to go through it. Instead of just react, it would have blocked all your blessings probably. You wouldn't have been able to access them. Maybe I've been scared. Oh, let's leave her alone. No, really, people used to wide berth around me. I mean, nobody wants to be around a crazy person. I don't. So that's pretty awesome. Thank you.
That healer's prayer really worked. What's that, Troy?
I'll talk a little bit so you kind of know where I'm at.
Yeah, Troy.
I've been doing the course probably about 15 years now. I've been in many different groups. I think right now in my where I'm at right now is I'm learning to surrender and let go of control of things. And forgiveness is a huge thing every day. I'm almost at the point now where I'm tired of repeating the stories and saying the stories that I have. I talk a lot less than what I used to talk in the groups. So you probably will see that a bit more. I just don't have lots to say. Really. I got into this really because I had health issues. So I really resonate with Calico. I used a cane for 2 years. I was diagnosed with this and that, but I don't believe in labeling stuff. And I've done a lot of mind training on myself. And I'm here to share some love and light and an open space with people. That's pretty much where I'm at. Yesterday I had a good day, did yard work, did the neighbors a bit of their yard work because they have some health issues. Put my headphones on and sang. I do play guitar. I'm also an artist. I do art. Yeah, I might be getting back into tattooing a little bit in the future here. And I should mention I'm a caregiver. I look after my dad. That's pretty much my gig, my big gig. This other stuff is a bit on the side. That's all I got right now. I'm grateful to be here. Grateful. I say my gratitude prayer every night when I go to bed, no matter what the day is like. So, yeah, that's all I got. Thank you.
You're a shining light, Troy. Glowing. All of us smile. We've got two topics for this. The only way out is through and power of the pause. They're both powerful.
And like Troy just said, surrender, right, Troy? You said surrender. And it was funny you say that because I was listening to this thing with Calico, and she was saying, she had planned for something to go this way and it wasn't going to go this way. And she was all ready to get in there and, adjust, and she had to look at that. I love, Jimmy, your story because, who doesn't have that story? Fucking God just doesn't listen. Motherfucker. Damn, I know what needs to be done. Just pay attention here. And until we surrender that, until we say, I don't know what anything is for. I had to say, I don't know. I have to say that like 5 trillion times a second. I don't know what anything's for. Who doesn't? The Reina ego wants to be this idol. That's what we came here for. I can prove I can be this and not what I am created as. I want this, not what is. So who doesn't have ambition? Who doesn't want these things? I got a business. Of course, I know exactly what. Come on. And I've been at this a little bit longer than you have. And, every day I'm like, God, if I'm humble, I say, what am I doing wrong? If I'm not, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
I love your language, by the way.
Sorry.
Don't ever change it. Don't apologize and don't ever change it.
Clean that up. When we get here, who doesn't? I'm in a Course in Miracles group and everybody lets it go because it's just who we are and it doesn't even matter. But the point is we're so raw here. We're vulnerable. We're vulnerable to come here and say, like Kenneth says, you're only as sick as your secrets. We're all, I don't know how my kids, I hope I'm not really interested in finding these and listening to them. Like, Mommy, what are you doing? But it isn't about a me. We're here because, to me, I resonate with to me, y'all a piece of me. You're reflecting back who I am and oh my God, I love the story. And oh yes, I used to be beautiful like you, Gemma. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. And I used to be, I want to save the world. Like I know that's in your heart. I know, I love it. Don't ever let it dim. That's what we're all here. We all have this, we just want to be a light to the world. And that's why we suffer so much. We judge it. We think we can judge what is advances and what is regressions. We think we know. And again, surrendering all that, I know anything is a daily practice for certainly for me, who knows just everything. I don't know why y'all don't know. I know everything. And and just building this trusting. This big thing, trusting that nothing's gone wrong. I love how Kenneth says it. Nothing's gone wrong. I gave myself this mental illness. I gave myself cancer. That's radical. Who says that? Nobody wants to say it happened to me. God damn it. I didn't do nothing, No, but
I'll tell you who said that. The people who are serious about healing. The people who say that are serious about it. It's like that. Have you ever watched the episode called The Chosen? They did one with Jesus. It's on Netflix.
I need to watch it. It's on Netflix. I'm going to Google it. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch it since y'all talking about this Chosen. I'm going to watch it. Okay.
Jesus walks up to the man at the pool. I don't know the parable. And he says, do you want to be healed? Yes or no? Yes. Good.
Wow.
Get up, take up your mat and walk. But you got to want it. And the hardest thing for me was I want this illness because, but with no fault, no blame, no shame, because, I didn't know any better. I was unconscious. I was frightened of, my biggest fear was healing, because then who would I be if I didn't have this illness anymore? That was hard. Don't wait till you're 55 years old. That's why I record these. Do it now. It doesn't hurt. It's like jumping off a cliff. There's a net that'll catch you, folks. I promise.
Yeah, the pills, the cults, all these things are lessons I would learn. I was looking at them as distractions, but that would be my judgment that, I went down a wrong path. But how could anything be wrong? I love Sir Dr. David R. Hawkins. Man, he says it. We are like 100,000th of a second behind what is. And we got the nerve to comment on it. Like, who cares? Who cares about your opinion? It already happened. The script is written.
Can I bring in a little bit of an avant-garde, curveball to this Zoom? Because there's this discussion going around about AI, general artificial intelligence, and it's a very important discussion. If you're not on board with this discussion, I would highly invite you to look into it. Now, I've been watching this because I want to know, why are they frightened? Why? I want to know, why are they frightened? And I finally got it. It took me hours on YouTube of all these different specialists to say, here's where the fear is coming from. They're frightened it's going to dissolve the structures of our belief systems and our reality. And I said, well, then it's only going to uncover that this is all an illusion, right? because it's going to inject, misinformation. Well, guess what? The whole thing is misinformation. So what are the dangers? Now that I've uncovered what the fears are, what is the solution? The whole concept. It's really simple. Unbelieve it and get reconnected.
To me, we are AI. We are AI. If you think you're a body, welcome to AI. Welcome to virtual reality. We are all here already. It's just, to me, you're trying to just make it into a Russian doll. No, this is the AI right here.
This stuff isn't far off, though, from the COVID thing. Really?
Well, there is, I mean, it's an interesting discussion. I don't know if we have time to go down that rabbit hole, but it comes down to what Beloved just said. If you metaphysically, spend enough time with the Course in Miracles, you realize that our ego is artificial intelligence. What we're doing as a human race, we're creating a dream inside of a dream, and we're probably already. So what the Course in Miracles has is the solution that has the Holy Spirit. And says, folks, you can't go home You can't go home immediately. But the first thing you got to do is you got to create a happy dream. And in order to do that, you got to unbelieve the nightmare. And in this ministry, the nightmare is mental illness. So let's unbelieve the mental illness, get to the happy dream. I'm glad I'm in a sound booth.
And the mental illness is just another distraction from the work. I mean, really, it's because I hate you. and I hated y'all. It's this me against you. This is the world we're in. And until I think this is what we're doing here, is we're coming here and saying, I'm going to love everybody unconditionally, because all these labels they don't put on us, it's not who we really are. Kenneth is saying, I'm not my mental illness. I'm not, I wasn't this, and I thought I was this, but I wasn't. And I thought I was a Reina, and everything that went around with this character. And it's not that we're telling anybody, yeah, we are telling you, you're not your character, but I know that's hard to believe, because it's hard for me to believe. But I know who I am isn't contained in this body. I mean, really, when you just, like we were saying, go within, like Kathy was, Jim, we're all indicating, all of us going within. Anybody can do it and say, well, where am I? Am I in my hand? Am I in the whole thing? If my hand gets chopped off, am I still here? You can go through you can go to the end of this rabbit hole and find the answer. A logic, we've been given this. We've been given to see that we're not the body. It is possible to see for yourself, to prove for yourself, you're not this character in the dream that you made up. It is given to all of us. I had it when I had what they called a manic experience. And as I'm hearing everybody talking about, oh, I had this, when I all I felt was love, and all I saw, I said, that sounds like what I experienced when they said I had bipolar. When they said I was crazy for this, they said this, no. But I experienced a love. That was so, okay, thank you. I loved it. Yeah, I want to just tell anyone who's watching this that had a manic episode and never went into it, what it revealed, I didn't know any Course in Miracles terms. So when I described it to people, I said, all of a sudden I had no fear. I didn't say I was loved, but all of a sudden, fear dropped from me. The Course gave me the see what happened. I'm seeing, when fear drops, what's left? Love. That's all that's left. We're here to say, go through it. It's nothing. When it drops, love will be left.
And that goes right to the title of this afternoon's Zoom. The only way out is through. There. See, that's why I record these. Psychiatry, take that and put that in your pipe and smoke it. No, that's not a very nice thing to say to psychiatry. But you just said it, and that wasn't planned. It came out of Beloved. That was channeled. The healer's prayer word. Beloved just channeled. Thank you.
Well, isn't really everything? Now, everything in the illusion is a distraction from going within, though. Really, right?
That's why this is not a path for bliss ninnies, and this is a no compromise path. This is a check valve. This is a one-way street. Stay away from my ministry. I'm dangerous because you will never be the same. I'm Shiva, the destructor. Your dream character's into the fire. Bye-bye. I'm sorry. But you're talking to somebody who was on 25 years of pills, who was suicidal, alcohol, meth, sex, morphine. People come to me, I'm hopeless, I'm going to suicide. But I say, can I be your friend? And they go, what's wrong with you? I want to be your friend. Everyone else would say, we got to heal you. We call 911. We got to heal you. And I'm like, can I walk with you, please? Can I walk with you, please? And
actually, I kind of get where you're coming from, because I took anxiety and panic medication for years, and I was out of it for a few years. So I definitely know the pharmaceutical kind of thing that anyone's had here. Withdrawal was a nightmare. But that's another story again, right?
I get to extend love to alcoholics, drug addicts, people who were, I get to, it's my honor and my privilege. It's what I live for. I don't make any money, carpentry. I make enough money to find the next assignment. And my life is painful too. I still go through the rage, the tears, and the laughter. Repeat. Rage, tears, laughter. Repeat. The clouds come, the clouds go. Is there a problem? From the
I like what Keith was saying about A Course in Miracles. He says A Course in Miracles is about that. It's about the negative. I never heard anybody put it like that. He said it's all about looking at the negative. That's the whole point. Thank somebody when they piss you off. Thank somebody who done, left and didn't even buy a damn book. Thank somebody who didn't treat you like you needed to be treated, that you thought you needed to be treated. So we're never upset for the things we think, for the reason we think we are. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Because I know you did it. I know it's your fault. I know if I just had this, I'd be happier. Smoke screens, all. Go ahead, Gemma.
Sorry, I know Jody was going to speak as well at some point, but I just have a quick. So I understand what you're saying from a sort of logical standpoint of like, oh yeah, this is what A Course in Miracles says, we just forgive. But so I'm using a specific example to try to uncover what's the illusion here. What am I not seeing? So one guy was saying that he was working in psychiatry or working with people with mental illnesses. And I think everyone's frozen.
No, we're fine.
Hear you.
We're fine. You're frozen.
We can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me. So basically I was sharing that in this book, he was interested in the cover because it said Kensuke experiences and it has gold. So I was explaining I don't know if you've heard of the Kensuke. So the Kensuke bowls are things that Japanese culture, they have bowls that if you break a bowl, you put it back together with gold and it becomes stronger, it becomes more beautiful. So he was really interested in this idea, and I was explaining how even though this book's written by women, as in it's a women's book, I said I've shared my story of my psychiatric experience and I've recovered. So I'm an example of what you can do when you use these healing tools, that you can come out with when you are creative, you can heal. And he said he was interested, he was going to come back, he'd never come back. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that I'm angry not because he didn't buy a book. I'm angry because there's answers there. Okay, maybe they weren't the answers he needed, but what about his patients? What about the people that he works with? What about the ones that could have healed through reading my words? What about the ones that maybe could have healed from reading your words or somebody else's words? And when people don't take the time to listen or read or watch things, like, this is where I'm struggling, is like, how can I forgive when somebody is potentially taking away someone else's healing? Does that make sense? By not receiving the information that's
absolutely there. Absolutely. You sound just like me. Crazy, but you sound just like me.
It's like the information is there. Here it is.
Yeah, well, who needs God when we know what's good for somebody?
Might not have helped him.
I absolutely have relationships because they should have did this. They weren't doing it, and they should have been. They're here. I know what could help them. We don't. It's just the only thing we're here to do is accept atonement for ourselves. And I'm just repeating what Keith Kavanaugh always says, because he gets this all the time. We all want to help, but I just want to. We all just, and if they just did we would be so much better. I mean, I've been saying that for, Kenneth said, come on, join us. You're gonna get help here. And, 2 people show up. I mean,
yeah.
You either gonna keep knowing what should be and denying what is, or this radical acceptance, surrender. I think what Troy's talking about, I think is hard. Really. But it is necessary. And until I have to say this all the time. I've been in this business, my company, for decades. I don't want to discourage anybody, because I'm not discouraged. I'm only discouraged when I think I know what should be happening and it hasn't happened, and I judge everything and who needs God. And then I'm not discouraged when I'm in the moment and I'm happy and I've kept myself together. I'm practicing what I preach. I'm doing the things. I am the example of it. And I release the control. It's a lot easier. Life is a lot easier for me then. Life is a lot easier. I say, please, Holy Spirit, guide me. I don't know what anything's for. I don't know what's best for me. Everything I thought I should have, I'm a determined person. I've gotten, I would say great percentage of it. And it is fucked up. The ego says it, seek you will never find. I have seeked it for decades. And I've gotten it and said, no, I need better. That ain't it. I just needs to, to me, when I'm happiest is when I let go and I'm just having fun and I'm just happy and I'm not stressed all up thinking everything should be and trying to devise and manipulate and control. And it just stresses me out, truly.
Yeah. So when Gemma was sharing, the first thing that came to mind was the student only, what is it? Or the teacher. The teaching appears when the student is ready. And let go and let God. Like, oof, they're carrying a lot on your shoulders. And I believe like your singing probably reaches more hearts than a book can. So you're doing it.
And you don't know. You can't be in control of miracles. You cannot. That's the ego. That is a clear indication. And it says it all through the course. Don't think you can direct the miracles. You don't know. You don't know what constitutes a miracle. You have no idea who you've touched. You've touched me. I have watched your stuff. You are a light. And you know what? We're the last ones to see our own light. Can you testify to that, Kenneth? Are we not, Jody, in your beautiful self? Oh, I mean, all these beautiful lights here, and we're sitting there, we're the last ones to notice and appreciate. And
Gemma saved my life 3 years ago in 2020 when COVID, and I was, in Camas, Utah, and this beautiful young woman, Gemma, came into my life. Gemma, I don't have an answer to your question, but I do have something to add to this discussion, is my own personal experience, because I just spent 7 months in Cincinnati, Ohio, and I did a fabulous job on 7 rooms. I put 10-hour days for 7 months for the Living Miracles community, and I did the most professional, artistic, the most amazing. And I've been here for 4 weeks waiting for my thank you. I've been waiting for my thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I'm getting it from you.
You're amazing.
I'm not getting it from Living Miracle. I'm getting it from you.
Amazing.
I'm getting it from Living Miracle. Listen, and they're doing it on purpose. Well, David's been,
Can you send me your details of your donation? Because when I tried, I couldn't get through it. I would like to send you a donation.
But make it very small, because I have funds, and so but I will send you
a little something.
But listen, that's
gratitude.
To what?
So just gratitude.
You know what I found out? There's a super Zoom thank you that you can actually donate when you leave a comment. Can you enable that, Kenneth? Can you research that? Because I did it for somebody. She had such a profound message. And I went to do the comment, and it says you could do a super thank you by any amount. And, And she was so wonderful. I didn't have much, $2, but I'm not saying that's what, but you could do it. See about that, Kenneth. Just because when we're moved, you're not there to say no. You're there to say thank you.
I have something burning in my heart. I don't know if I should share now or after the recording, but I just want to put it out there.
It's up to you. We got 5 minutes for the recording.
Okay. So about always feeling, ever since I was born, or my ego feeling, or my form feeling, that there's something wrong. There's something wrong with me. There's something wrong with this. There's always something wrong. And, like childhood, crazy trauma, 18 years old, given my first med, saying, there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you. And I'm just like, oh, it's so powerful, so strong. So the other day I listened to this healing, he calls it a transmission, by Matt Kahn, and it was entitled My Unlimited Value. And the whole premise of that, oh my God, he just woke me up out of that. The whole premise of that was he started with, I am filled with unlimited value because there's nothing wrong with me. And because there's nothing wrong with me, I am filled with unlimited value. I'd love to send that to you guys because he's good.
Send it to me, or put it on the psychiatric chat community, but and then I'll put in the description line of this YouTube archive, which I'm going to wrap up, by the way, unless anybody wants some closing statements for the YouTube archive entitled The Only Way Out Is Through.
And the only way
out is through. The faster we're in, the better. Alanis Morissette, Ottawa. There's a song about it. We can attach the song. I will.
Send me the link to the song too. I'll put it all in the description, because the only way out is through. So that's Alanis Morissette. So this is Alanis Morissette's song then. We got it. Jody, you wanted to say something for the YouTube archive? I'll leave the Zoom open as long as you guys want, but this is just the recording.
No, I think that the last part that Catherine shared with us is just as important as the first part. The only way through, or the only way out is through. The only way through is together. I think that's equally as important. That last sentence is equally as important as the first one.
Let me see if I have enough characters. I don't know if I can put it on the graph, but I can probably put it in the title.
Just initialize it all.
I know.
Everybody be like, what? What does that mean?
All right, we're going to keep the Zoom room open, but I gotta close. I'm going to wrap up the YouTube archive for Sunday, July 2nd with Jody, Troy, Kathy, Gemma, beloved. Thank you. You guys, I'm speechless. Thank God I'm speechless. So this is Kenneth Price for psychiatricsobriety.com. If you're watching this on YouTube, leave your comments below, like somebody did this week. Somebody left comments below this week, and it was so helpful, because then we got connected. And this is how it works, because the only way out is through, and the only way through is together. So, and if you, let's give an oorah to that. And so not only leave your comments below, support this ministry. You're welcome to make a donation, folks. Please, you're welcome to make a donation. But even more valuable than your donation is your participation. Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 noon Eastern time. So that's what I'm going to put on YouTube. God bless, and may the force be with you.